Star of stage, screen, and print, as well as radio and television. She's Kat Neville from Feast Magazine. She's the publisher, and she's sponsored by our friends at Jimmy's on the Park, 706 DeMunn in Clayton, 725-8585. You can check out the website, jimmyscafe.com. Great for Mother's Day brunch. You can also, don't forget to download the app for Jimmy's Cafe on your smartphone. Good morning, Kat Neville.
Good morning.
Let's get right to it. You have a couple of pastries places for us.
Yes, 2 new bakeries. There's a bunch of new stuff opening up right now, and these 2 new bakeries both debuted within probably the past couple of weeks.
All right.
So the first one is the Sweet Divine, which people will remember from. They have a food truck, a very well-loved food truck, and they opened maybe a year and a half ago,
Okay.
a storefront on Kings Highway, which we talked about. Well, they just moved to Soulard. They have a brand new location. It's a corner spot at 1801 South 9th Street in Soulard, and it is adorable. It's bright pink. And when you walk in, there's like chandeliers and just like this pastry case filled with cupcakes and whoopie pies, and now they're doing like these little quiches.
Are you supposed to sit on a whoopie pie?
That's a whoopie cushion.
Okay. What's a whoopie pie?
Okay, so it's like 2 soft cookies filled with buttercream.
Oh.
So it's just happiness. And then they also have oatmeal cookies that have cream, that are cream filled. And their cupcakes range from just really, plain great vanilla chocolate, cupcakes to they have the Drunken Pig, which is kind of all of your vices rolled into one cupcake. It's sugar and beer and bacon, and it's delicious.
We call that Andrew around here, the Drunken Pig.
Throwing you under the bus, Andrew. I don't know.
Hey, Andrew, Drunken Pig. Why? What do you mean?
And so they do have the food truck. They have this great new location. They were on the Cupcake Wars, winners of the Cupcake Wars, and then you can also get them at all of the Straub's locations. So it's this great little just entrepreneurial cupcakery that has just done a fantastic job. Just like starting out small, growing really fast. They also do custom wedding cakes, and they're absolutely beautiful.
1801 South 9th Street,
Yes.
Sweet Divine. Started off as a food truck.
Yes.
Then opened up a brick and mortar.
Correct.
On Kings Highway, and now moved to Soulard.
To Soulard.
Boy, that is a great success story.
It is. And Jenna, the owner, she actually started as a food truck very intentionally to test the market and see if she could develop a following. And I mean, people that are smart about the way that they grow, it's one of the hardest things. The food industry is an incredibly difficult industry in which to be successful. And so, starting small and growing slowly is the best way to ensure long-term success. And she's done that, and her products, her cupcakes and cookies and pies, they're all top-notch and super fun, and I'm thrilled for her.
Caddy corner to Llewellyn's Pub in Soulard, just down from the International Tap House, which is a great place, sort of across the street from 9th Street Abbey.
Yeah, the strip is amazing. I mean, so you've got Franco, and then you've got Soulard Market, you've got Bogart's, you've got Epic Pizza and Subs,
right?
Obviously, ITAP, Llewellyn's. I mean, you just kind of keep going down the street, and it's one fabulous place after another, and they're all so different.
Yeah.
They all bring something different to the neighborhood. So
Talk about
great.
a drunken pig. You can go get your barbecue, get your pizza, get your booze, and have a little cupcake to finish it all off.
I mean, you don't ever have to leave Soulard. I mean, they call it the island for a reason.
That is pretty good. All right, Sweet Divine, 1801 South 9th Street in Soulard. What's number 2?
Okay, number 2 is another bakery. This one's in the Loop, and it's brought to you by the wonderful people at the Butler's Pantry, and it's called, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, it's called Piccone, I believe.
How do you spell it?
Piccione.
Okay.
I think it's Piccone.
Piccone.
That's what people, right?
Hey,
that's what people tell me, right?
Okay.
So it's, as the name would indicate, it is Italian, and they have traditional Italian pastries. They are lovely. And it's exciting to see, these European style, Italian style pastries in this type of a storefront. And that's all that they do. You walk in, there are places to sit inside. They are open late. If you want to have your sugar fix later in the evening, they're open until 9 p.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, and 11 to 11 Thursday through Saturday. So, after a show or something like that, if you want to get a cup of coffee and a pastry, this is a great place to stop off. One of the things that are their signatures are their cannolis. And they come in a range of flavors, but, everything from, espresso to chocolate. And then they have a signature cannoli that is just filled with, just sweet pastry cream. And the cannoli shell itself is, that's what's great about the cannoli to me is the shell, because it has that toasty crunchiness going on.
There is nothing bad about a cannoli.
No, everything about the cannoli
is good. They should have stopped with pastry right there because it doesn't get any better than the cannoli.
It's awesome. And, they actually do what they call cannoli chips and dips, where you can get these little fried cannoli pieces and you can dip them into the different kind of sauces and stuff. And it's wonderful. They have the Florentine, which I really love. It's that again, I really like the toastiness, and I don't even know really what all the ingredients are, but it's sesame seeds and sugar, and it's a lacy, very thin cookie, and that is on top of just a very thin layer of dark chocolate. So, it's paper thin, and when you put it in your mouth, you've got a little bit of that crunchy sugar caramel, and then the chocolate melts, and it's awesome.
Wow, this is a really tough segment. This is a really, really hard one. Where is Piccone?
Okay, so it is right at the corner of Skinker and DeBoliver. And it's across
Skinker and DeValver or Skinker and Delmar?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, Delmar.
Sorry.
Right.
Yes. I'm terrible.
No, that's all right. That's
I'm
okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
The actual address itself, if you need that, is 6197 Delmar Boulevard.
Right next to the Moonrise Hotel.
Yes, exactly right. And it's absolutely charming. When you buy a box of pastries, it comes in this cute brown box with this little red and white twine that they wrap around it. It's wonderful. And they have everything from biscotti or biscotti, depending on how you think you're supposed to pronounce that. The rum baba, which is a rum-soaked cake. They have casata cakes, which are just beautiful traditional Sicilian cakes. They also, by the way, do have gluten-free cannolis for people that are gluten intolerant. And then it's just wonderful. I love seeing these kinds of specialty places open up where they have a real identity that they're putting forward.
Yeah.
And, just like the people at the Sweet Divine, where they're doing awesome cupcakes with, amazing different buttercream flavors and all this kind of stuff. And then you've got Piccone, where they're really focusing in on those beautifully made Italian pastries. It's fun to see.
Leave the gun, take the cannolis at Piccone, Piccione, right there on Skinker and Delmar, right next to the Moonrise Hotel. Can't miss it. All right, good. Now, I want to touch base with you. I was at a showing of what they're going to do to the Arch grounds.
Oh.
And I haven't talked to you about this, but they're going to raise Lenore K. Sullivan Boulevard. And what they're going to do is they're going to create these light stanchions to make it easier to have electricity, to make it easier to have food trucks.
Oh, fantastic.
All along the arch there so that you can actually enjoy the arch grounds and have some food and restaurants along the way.
I went up in the arch just a couple of months ago. My very best friend, who is the mother of my godchildren, she brought her two girls down, and the 7-year-old Lorelei, she said, "I'm studying the arch in school, and I want to go up in the arch." And I hadn't been up in the arch since I was in high school,
right? And
so I went up, and it's such an incredible experience. And I think that when you live here, you take it for granted.
Yep.
But the arch is just this amazing piece of public sculpture.
It's unbelievable.
It's art, and it is. And it's something that we just kind of say, oh, sure, the arch or whatever, but it's this mind-blowing piece of American history.
It's
so
as
cool.
good as the Statue of David. I mean, it's that.
I thought you were going to say the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, well, it's way better than the Statue of Liberty, even though Statue of Liberty is cool. It's on that
It's amazing.
It's so awe-inspiring, and you just stare at it, and you look at it, and you just can't believe it, and it's so simple, and it's right here, and people are like, oh, yeah, the arch, oh, never mind. But they're starting here next month, I guess, fixing the arch, and they're going to have all these food trucks. So, I mean, it's going to be
very exciting.
It's going to be awesome.
Well, and being able to have that that interaction with the arch grounds, too. It's something where if you've never just taken a picnic and sat on the arch grounds and watched the river go by, and just enjoy being in St. Louis. Just kind of sit there and take it in. It's fantastic.
How much fun would it be to take a bike ride down to the arch and then have a coffee or a sandwich or a this or a that or a food truck all along there?
It's perfect.
Be great.
Yep.
What's going on with Feast? Anything we should know about Feast?
The May issue has debuted. It is our wine issue, and this is probably one of my favorite issues that we do every year.
Spend years researching this.
I know, it's tough. It's tough. But we have an absolutely incredible local wine industry. And one of my favorite pieces that we published this month, written by Jeremy Newlick, explores the history of wine here in Missouri. And I don't know if people really understand the just how deep our roots are with viticulture here in the state. The majority of people in Missouri have German roots, and when the Germans settled Herman, viticulture was one of the main drivers of the economy. Did you know that Stonehill Winery was the third largest winery in the world?
I did not know that.
World. Before Prohibition.
Yeah.
And when Prohibition came through and just decimated the industry and derailed the economy, it took up until like the 60s and 70s for people to really kind of start producing again. And we're on track to, within the next probably 5-10 years, have 300 wineries in Missouri. It is a growing industry. It's a huge driver of the state's economy and tourism, and it's very exciting to see what's happening.
And Feast Magazine's out?
Yes.
It's out. All right, newsstands everywhere. If you subscribe to the Sunday Post-Dispatch and you subscribe to Feast, it'll go right to your front door.
That's right.
FeastSTL.com for all the web stuff. Feast TV. Star of Stage and Screen, Cat Neville. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, 8:48. Oh, my goodness. Look who's in the house. Johnny Londoff. Johnny Londoff Jr. is in the house. We'll talk about the Valley of Florissant, the Valley of the Flowers Festival in Florissant. I'll get it right. Next on KTRS.